Hello everybody, hope you're doing fantastically well. It's Connor here and we are back with the second episode of the Rumour Mill. I'm absolutely buzzing to get this started again. This is almost what the channel was founded on back in the day, about 2 years ago, when we were on 0 subscribers. So thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get into the news. But before that, everyone, I just encourage you to get over to the Patreon account. As I've mentioned several times on these videos, if this is the first time that you've seen a One Leeds video, we do have a Patreon account where we post bonus content, including Generation Leeds, which is where I chew the fat with my dad, and it is another site where we also host something called The Debrief, which is a chat between myself, Brownie, and another special guest that will be coming very, very soon. We do host The Debrief on the main channel. However, we put bonus debrief content on the extra channel. So the Patreon account is in the link, is in the description below. Make sure you check that out. But let's get into your Leeds United news. Everybody, make sure you're liking the video. Let me know exactly what you think, and let's get into it, shall we? So Leeds United are apparently, I should say, monitoring Aina to replace Junior Firpo. Now, this is Ola Aina. Obviously, we are well aware of Ola Aina from previous rumours. This is something that I would have liked about 18 months ago, but Ola Aina is coming towards the end of his contract at Torino. He's had 11 appearances, scored 1 goal. And Leeds are apparently looking at this guy as a replacement for Junior Firpo. Apparently, they're looking at the contract status. There's a couple of rumours in this video, which probably reads the room a little bit more when it comes to Leeds transfers, in terms of us not spending big and us maybe like looking at contracts and how to, get players in when looking at players that are coming to the end of their contracts, and maybe that sort of resembles Leeds United's financial situation at the minute. But apparently he's going to be free to talk to suitors at the turn of the year, and apparently he's very, very interested in a return to the Premier League. So as I say, a former Chelsea player, and he played for Fulham as well, and he was able to play left back, he was able to play right back, he was quite versatile at that point. And when we had Marcelo Bielsa, it really did fit the blueprint, and there was that key word which we keep talking about, versatility. So I did think that it would be something that Leeds would go for, to be quite honest with you. About a year ago, they were quoting around about 10 million. Obviously, that didn't happen. Junior Firpo was brought in a little bit before that as well. But I don't think we see a future for Junior Firpo at Leeds United in terms of the long term. So definitely one to keep an eye on, Ola Aina. Leon King, the Rangers centre back, who's had a bit of a troublesome year at the Gers. He really struggled when Goldson left the side for a prolonged period of injury. He came in, he was only 17 years old at the time, but he has been a bit of a revelation. There's been a lot of talk about other clubs down south looking at Leon King to be brought in as a young prospect. Obviously, we've seen numerous players come from Scotland to England. There's Calvin Ramsey as well, who's probably the recent one off the conveyor belt. I believe he went from Aberdeen to Liverpool. Leeds were interested in him as well. But allegedly, Leeds United have made an inquiry about Leon King, as have Newcastle. But Michael Beale, the Rangers manager, has turned round and said that he will be signing a new contract, or he's looking to sign a new contract at Rangers, which I don't think that's a crushing blow, but I think it would have been an interesting signing for Leeds. Definitely, it would have probably blocked the pathway of someone like Charlie Cresswell. Is Charlie Cresswell on the same level as Leon King? I would say yes. I think Charlie Cresswell's further on in his development. Still think Charlie needs a couple of loans, but Leon King would almost be that same blueprint of player. We do know Leeds United like, boosting their youth setup, of course. I mean, we saw that yesterday with a couple of rumours around 18-year-olds like George Hall coming to Leeds from Birmingham. So maybe Leon King would almost follow that suit. And I said yesterday, I think Leeds United need to be investing in that first team and not just building up that youth system. And Willy Gnonto, a bit of talk about Willy Gnonto at the minute and his initial £4 million move from FC Zurich to Leeds United. And a lot of people asking whether or not it's been a worthwhile transfer. And I think we're all well in the camp of it has been a good one. It has been a good transfer for Leeds United. I think Willy Gnonto has shown a lot of football intelligence. I think he's very small in terms of small and nippy, I should say. Not he is very small, but he's very agile. He's very decent for Leeds United in the system that we play, and I've been very happy with the signing. Do I think he's the answer to be starting week in, week out for Leeds United? I don't. However, I think what he's shown at the minute is a real level of maturity on the pitch. I think he's shown a real level of composure on the pitch as well. In tight situations, he doesn't panic like the rest of the Leeds team seem to do. And I've been really, really happy with him so far. So long may that continue, and let's hope we see a little bit of progress there. Adama Traore, we get this link every single transfer window. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. And that isn't getting edited out. That's why you should like the video, because I'm still ill and still bringing you guys content. But Leeds have been the favourites to sign Adama Traore now for about 2 seasons. If you look at the betting odds, Leeds are always the favourites. But apparently there is now another club who are looking at Adama Traore. We hear this every single time, but it is Napoli who've actually knocked Leeds out of the way when it comes to being the favourites. Obviously, Leeds are always the favourites because Orta signed Traore at Middlesbrough. Orta is a massive fan of Adama Traore, and he's set to leave Wolverhampton Wanderers on a free transfer in the summer, and apparently Leeds are his most likely destination, so that's definitely one to keep an eye out for. I don't think that will come to fruition, but you know, it's always on the rumour mill, isn't it? And the final bit of chat today, everyone, is the news that Chelsea are looking to advance on Matthias Cunha, according to several reports. Apparently Leeds are worried about the deal. I mean, they should have been worried about it anyway, because let's be honest, Wolves are further on than Leeds, according to several reports in Spain. But apparently Chelsea are now looking to replace Armando Broja. They're looking for bargain deals as well. And Atletico Madrid letting Matthias Cunha go, 23 years old, part of the Brazilian setup, is going to be very, very appealing to those guys. Even if it is just on a short-term deal, I do believe that Chelsea would obviously be perfect suitors for someone like Matthias Cunha with the injury to Armando Broja. Now, this is where it's disappointing, because instead of clubs almost having the opportunity to do this, it'd have been great for Leeds to actually secure this transfer maybe already and have a contract agreement done and all this sort of stuff. And I know that can be difficult, of course, but surely discussions should have been had if they are monitoring Matthias Cunha for months now. But it doesn't seem like that's happened. It seems like the deal is, or maybe hasn't ever been, a possibility for Leeds United. So it looks like now, as it seemingly always happens to Leeds, when you look at Rodrigo de Paul, Matthias Cunha initially, Joseph Guardiol, amongst many others, Charles de Ketelaere, the deal goes on for such a long period of time that then bigger clubs start to come in, and the head is always turned of the player, naturally. More money and probably more success. So disappointing there, but let me know what you guys think. Where do you think Leeds need to strengthen in the window? Do you think Leeds should be going balls to the wall for Matthias Cunha? What are your thoughts on Adama Traore? Guys, really appreciate your support once again. Make sure you're tuning in every day for the Rumour Mill up until the back end of January. Have a good one. I'll see you in a bit.